You bring me a day, and then you make me never be a brody. Woman, time again, I'm to a family. My father took a new soul.
You're in the mix with DJ Roo. This is a mix by DJ Roo.
Yeah, good morning, Mama Liberia. Crossing the Lofa River right now.
I want to massage you from top to top.
How small bridge we got in Lofa? Long bridge, eh? 10 minutes there, you're taking driving to just cross the bridge. Nyati say all my Ghana people. Brafa 20 minutes
Don't want no stress, you want to wine and dine with me. And after that, you want to bump and wine with me.
I say good morning to you, Dr. President George Weah. Yes, the bridge. You get on the bridge and you get drive crossing one bridge. Hey, Lofa Kante. Now Lofa Kante bridge. Lofa River, crossing the Lofa River right now. Lofa River, yeah. So good morning to all. Today is what? Monday, fresh week. Let me say good morning to His Excellency Dr. George Weah, our president of the Republic of Liberia. You know, I made enemies, they will get president. Yeah. I don't care whether. according to my caption there, you see my caption, right? For me, the 16 billion US, that's Liberian dollars. Since the story came up, I go to bed thinking about it. I wake up in the morning and thinking about it. I spend the rest of the day asking myself so many questions that I can't even find any answer. Especially with respect to how this story is now being tracing it from one point to another. Another government officials coming to say one thing, and the other government official will come to say one thing. Everything is inconclusive. There's no straightforward response since the money issue came out. The information keeps coming by virtue of how he or she feels, and they can give us the information. But quite frankly, ladies and gentlemen, fellow Liberians, if you have this country at heart and you love Liberia, regardless you are on the ground or not, you gotta get involved. Do not allow this thing to go as it is going. Don't allow it. Okay. So we finished crossing the Lofa River. Let me shut up my mouth small. Let's cross the border point. Something like this we need. Perhaps when we leave in Monrovia to go to Niba County, or or Lofa County, or crossing the borders and thing. We put a toll. We put a toll crossing there, where every vehicle that we pass through here will have to pay, some money, and that money will go to maintaining the roads and creating employment for people as well. So imagine these cars are here. A lot of cars are here. You have to pay every car that is here, and it's not even one price. So yeah, start from smaller car, motorbike and thing. You got to pay. And so I don't want to go too close to this car to pick up their lesson number, their lesson plate also. So right now we're crossing Lofa, right? We have to pay our good morning. How are you? So thank you. Yeah, it's quite early this morning, isn't it? Oh, is it? Wow. Wow. No, it is not real. The weather is really good today. Thank you very much. Have a nice day. Yeah. Okay, let me make you to see me a little bit, because we're finna crossing now. I'll do some talking. Let me see friends about joining the queue of traffic, reconnect on the main road, and then from there we can do some talking. Hey Moose, what's up? Good morning. How are you? How's the family? Okay. Let me stabilize my position. position, and then I can turn the video over to me, and I will do some talking. Okay, let me do it now. All right, so like I was saying, I will keep asking for this money. Good morning, buddy. How you doing? I will keep asking for this money. You know, although every time I ask or I put a post up on social media, I will get some sort of stupid comments and people coming at me or telling me, "Oh, go and get some of your share of the money," and so, you know. And I keep asking myself, I mean, Liberians, are we really sincere to this nation? You know, are we really sincere to this country? I thought this is a national issue. Yes, really, I thought that every Liberian, irrespective wherever you are, that you will wake up in the morning and add your voice regarding the search for this money, your concern for the missing money. Instead of you coming at other people that are asking and seeking the redress of this particular missing money. This is quite unfortunate. Man, I feel sad for people who are in that category, especially, you know, you refer to yourself as a citizen of Liberia. You say you are a patriotic citizen. You say you love your people. You say you love the country. But at the same time, you are not doing what you're supposed to be doing. Yeah, you're not doing it. Now others trying to do it, then you coming at them. And let me send out another advice that I've been doing it. But let me add on to it today again. This issue of certain individuals putting each and everyone in one box, you know, we gotta get away with it. There are people, Liberians, who are just activists. They do not have any political connection with any party. No, they do not have it. I don't. And so, this issue of others coming out to say every criticism, whether it's constructive or negative, that is coming from Liberians, that these people are all opposition, you got to get your head somewhere around it. Good morning, Joyce. How are you? Yeah, you got to watch your head. You know, you don't put everybody in this box. We all are not opposition. We are not. Majority of us are activists, and we just want to see the reality of life. We want to see this nation to be driven in the right direction. We want to see that our children, the children of Liberia, should have a future, and that future needs to be built by us. The captain, who is the president, have to steer the wheels of this particular ship. So that is why for me, I will be going to bed. I will send my post. I'm going to bed, but I'm thinking about this $16 billion that's missing. I wake up in the morning, I will say, yes, good morning, Liberia. But I'm still thinking about this money. And I want to know, where is the money? I don't want to agree to anybody who is coming out to tell us that indeed there was no money missing. Let me reduce the light a little bit. money was missing. We know this. Given the fact, the way information came out, whether it was from the former president, whether it was from the former bank governor, from the information minister, whether it was from the ruling party chair, these information are all vital. An investigation leading to the truth starts from the very beginning. The day you go and give your statement, when you are even arrested or you are kind of away and being invited at a police station, and they ask you to give statement. That is the day, or that's at that particular moment, your portfolio is built around that particular case. Whatever you're going to say there, that's why when police are arresting you, I mean, I'm talking about in areas or countries that, you know, officers know their duty, they know what they are there for. When they are arresting you, they will tell you, number one, you are entitled to a lawyer. Number two, be mindful of what you say now, because whatever you say now will be used against you in the court. They will warn you. And so, all the statements that those individuals released at the very early days of this money issue are statements that are genuine, are statements that we can use against them as well. This is a criminal case. Let's face it. There's no way to sugarcoat this thing. It is an economic criminal case. Regardless that the government instituted or constituted, had they called a committee to look into it, an investigative committee or so, which of course some of us are still asking questions with respect to the trustworthiness of the people that are on the committee, because at the end of the day, you can't be an accused individual and they ask you to serve on the same committee that's supposed to be judging or supposed to be investigating the case as the individuals on that board. But told they're going to be something people that are quite neutral. But my fellow Liberians, for me, I will continue to call upon this authority, this government. You give us a huge conflicting information. Huge conflicting information. And some of us are right now, Liberian people are so confused. They don't even know what to accept. They don't even know what to refuse, which is not information. Let's say a proper information. So we are all just confused right now. Some people are confused. But for me, I will continue to remain resolute on it. I will continue to ask President George Weah's government, where is the $16 billion? The effect that this missing money will have on this nation, you guys will not even, you don't even know yet. But in the next year or so, we are going to start reaping it. We're going to feed this. We will feed the sourness of what's happening now, the bitterness of it. If we don't handle this issue rightfully, there is no nation infallible. Let's be frank. We can't we can't do it all on our own. Let's be very, very sincere. There are countries that, even across Africa, let's forget it, across the globe, no nation can just say they want to do everything on their own. No way. You got to trade with people. You have to do business. You have to, sign, business ventures and promote your country. We all need one another. But in our case, we even need other people more than they need us. Let's be frank. In terms of helping us, for us working together, or so. We will never ever have, a fundamental economic reform in Liberia successfully if we don't tackle corruption. Yes, I will say that again. We will never achieve it. We will never achieve fundamental economic reform in Liberia if we do not tackle corruption robustly. There are people who celebrate corruption in Liberia. Let's be frank, they do. The fact of the matter is, many people have been doing it and they get away with it. Unless we have that leader that will say, well, you know why? We're going to stand on it. If you steal, or if your name is mentioned in any act that will cause this nation and cause the people, we will have you turn over to the investigative thing. You'll be investigated. If you're found guilty, you will be punished. Depending on the gravity of the case, of the money involved, or whatever it is that involved, that perhaps, people, how do you call it, your property can be seized, you can go to jail for X number of years. Let it be that way. I just got a news this morning, just early this morning. The director of Interpol is a Chinese man, just been arrested for corruption. Yeah, it was based in Lyon, the headquarters of Interpol. But he went back home in China, and they arrested him. That's the news that just came in. All countries, they're dealing with corrupt officials. I mean, without any connection or so. What about former presidents? They're arresting them. I go to Pakistan, India. And so, economic reform will never be achieved if we celebrate corruption in Liberia. It was so sad, when once upon a time I think some paradise here. Let me see what are the light. I think it's too bright. Let me see now. When the President George Weah said that it is so difficult to fight corruption in Liberia because, we are all one family, we are interrelated. When I heard that, I was like, wow. Is it Mr. Weah that's saying this? Did he really mean what he's saying? I don't know. As a leader, even when you leave Monrovia and you go to maybe to the border part, maybe you go to all the way to Solomba, between the Liberia Lofa border to Guinea. in Solomba, even if you go way in Solomba and you go and say something there, the international community will hear it. They will, because the media is there. It's represented, both national and international. All the people want is that voice, that soundbite. Once it is collected and passed on, people will believe you. And so that statement alone, they put us as a nation, they put us into a serious jeopardy, especially with organizations like the IMF, the World Bank, and nations that sometimes do give us loans or so. Because what do people want to hear from you? An encouraging statement that, you know, how you're going to robustly deal with corruption. But not to tell somebody or come and tell the world that, honestly, to be honest with you, to fight corruption in Liberia and achieve it, it's so difficult because we are one family, we are connected and so. I mean, that it didn't go down well. Let me be very frank with all of you and with our president. These people individually, they may not even come and react to it, you know, and say, oh, why did the president say so or so? But in a way, the reaction will come later, because you might be in need and you go to the World Bank. The answer you will get there will be negative. You might go to IMF, the International Monetary Fund, to ask for a small thing. They will refuse to give you. Or because perhaps maybe you feel forgotten already that you made a statement yesterday that they kept on record. Well, this man, corruption is a concern in Liberia. But how would the leader say that it's so difficult to fight corruption? Because we are one family people. And so in that case, it's not going to be easy for us to actually have a speedy economic recovery. Now, our economy is in shambles. Let's be very frank. It's not by a minister going to the fish market or, you know, in the lower class, you know, market to go and buy pig food and go buy boni and whatever and say, oh, everything is okay, the economy is moving fine. Come on, man. Come on. Yes, you don't even know that the burden, the economic hardship is even on those people. Because those pig feeds you're going to buy, you know why? These people are the people that are at the bottom. They are the ones that, in fact, the importers are depending on, the wholesalers. Because they go by to come and retail it. So at the end of the day, they hire the price they are going to pay to the importers. The difficulty it is for them to even make profit. So by you going to buy, you know, I mean, as a minister to go in a market, like I heard from the minister, one of the ministers yesterday. So on his post, I went to buy, you know, dry boni and dry pepper and thing, and that bring people, the marketers are saying that everything is okay. Are you kidding me? Are you living a real life? We gotta, Mr. President, we all have to get involved. Get all of us involved in the fight against corruption. Give us the courage. Give people the courage to report corruption. And you have to take the bull by the horn and say, look, you know why? I'm going to start on it. You know, messages that will come from you will send a great signal out there. Other either people will say, oh, we trust this country, we trust the leader, and we are going to deal with them positively, or they're just going to keep mute and forget about you. By virtue of what you say, what you do, how you do it. When the international community see us right now, somebody's name is mentioned in corruption. Like what we are investigating now about the $16 billion. No matter what it is, there are individuals who directed that this money be spent for the benefit of certain people. There are individuals. You can tell me, say, this money just vanished, it just went into people's pockets, into people's homes, without anybody directing it. No. Somebody actually took control of everything. And so what we want is genuine investigation. What we want is speeded investigation. Speeded one. So that anybody that is mentioned, that is actually caught in this web, let them face the full weight of the law. Mr. President, I don't know how many spokespersons will have, but the information is coming, from different angles, and I think this is very, very sad. Perhaps on the activist side, you can tell them to stop talking, but you can tell your government officials to stop too much talking. Let them leave the case with the committee that you set up. Anything relative to this money, to the missing money, tell your ministers and government officials that press releases or whatsoever regarding this missing money, investigation also should come from them. Yes, tell them. For we the activists or people that are concerned about Liberia and this missing money, for us, we will continue. We have to be given the permission to ask questions. If we want to get out there to say, well, we want to protest and request that his investigation continue, yes, give her the chance to do it. There's nothing wrong about it. Because I see some individuals coming, the investigation is going on already, so nobody should have protests or nobody should talk about it. That's nonsense, complete and utter nonsense. In the civilized world, when things like that happen, you will have individuals, they will continue to ask questions in the open, in the closed or behind closed doors until such come to an end. Case in point, just recently, just a couple of days ago, when President Trump nominated Bright to be the Supreme Court head in the States, an accusation came against him that many years ago, he sexually harassed somebody. What happened? People got out, they got in the streets, they went to the Capitol, they protested. They were protesting until, even though investigation was going on, including involving the FBI to carry on investigation in the House, people were still protesting. People were protesting right in the Capitol building as the as the investigation or the cross-examination was going on that day, people were in the hall and they were protesting, they were shouting. So there's nothing wrong with Liberians going out there in the street in the form of protest and asking for a speedy trial and asking for this money. There's nothing wrong with it. So just stop this nonsense of telling people that they should leave the investigative team alone. That since the investigation is going on, nobody should talk about this money. No, that's nonsense. Utter nonsense. They shouldn't tell us that. We have the right, however this money issue going to be handled, the effect will be on us as a people, especially our children. I'm so concerned about them. That child that was born early this morning, I'm concerned about that child's future. Their future could be, in this money. I'm concerned about that woman who took her daughter or son to the Redemption Hospital this morning, early part of this morning, and was told that there is no medication. I'm really concerned about that. I'm concerned about people going to the hospital where you think the pain you are going through, perhaps paracetamol will even cool it down before any other treatment can be administered. But I am concerned that when you go there, they will give you a prescription to go and buy paracetamol. I am really, really concerned. And that's why I'm talking about this money issue. Part of this money, a portion of it would have gone to Redemption Hospital to help the hospital there. A portion of it would have gone to Dusa Hospital. A portion of it would have gone to some, another healthcare system in Grand Kpakio County, in Grand Chile, in Grand Cru, or so. Portion of it. Those children are supposed to start school this year for the first time to step in the classroom. And because their parents cannot afford it, they won't go to class. They won't start school. I am concerned about them. That perhaps this $16 billion, portion of it would have gone into education and say, well, you know why? In this community, in these one or two, three schools, we are government going to give scholarship to all the children that are starting school for the first time. Yeah, that's why I am talking about, because I'm concerned about it. And so I want to admonish you, when you love this country and you love the people of this land, please, the future of this country, of our children, lies in all of us hands. You don't have to be in government to affect change. No. You don't have to be in government to run an NGO to help. You don't have to be in government to participate in developmental issues that will change or transform somebody's life. You don't have to. Liberia, for all of us, if we really truly love this nation and love the people of this nation, we all have to stand together and stand out and stand up for justice. Let's continue to ask the authority for this money. I do not want to take any excuse, any excuse to tell me that, look, okay, yesterday we said the money was missing, but today it's not missing, and we can't even get any root of it. Now, if the money is not missing, where's the money? Where is it? We got $10 million. We got $10 million when the president went to Paris in February this year. Where is that money? We don't know, right? I don't know anyway, if you know. I don't know. Where is the $10 million from Paris, from the people of France? The president told us that 25 million was infused into the economy. Where did the money come from? If absolutely the government made nothing in the cover anyway, where did that $25 million came from? We don't know. What effect did they? What effect did they actually have on the economy? Because at the time the $25 million was said to have been put into the economy, the rate was still high anyway. The economy was still strangled. And the worst thing is for us to face recession in our country. We don't want it. But if our leaders do not behave well, I can see recession coming in our country. Yeah. I mean, to the highest, because we're going through recession period, right? Let me be very frank with you. And there won't be a solution if you say you want to print more money again and put it in the economy. No, it's not. It's not even going to make any difference. They're going to make things very, very hard. We saw it in Zimbabwe during Robert Mugabe era. Mugabe thought that by him printing more money, by him increasing denomination, for example, from 500 Zim dollars to 2,000 on a banknote, he thought that was a solution to the fighting economic recession in Zimbabwe. But it makes it worse. It got Zimbabwe into a bad situation. That right now, the finance minister he just made an announcement that they are about to take changes or to take steps, and those steps will actually the little people, the layman or the common people will feel the weight. And he told the people, say, y'all get ready, because we're about to go through economic reform, and this reform is going to affect each and everyone in Zimbabwe. Yeah, I want my president to warn me like that we're going to take steps to bring changes that will stabilize our economy. That in the next year or so, we will be feeling good, economy-wise. And then you begin to do it. And then you begin to put, strategies together that corruption will be curtailed, that you will control corruption, that people will be afraid to take anything that does not belong to them, especially in public offices or so. I just wish if my President George Weah, can actually perhaps come back to us and tell us, maybe in a way reframe his statement that fighting corruption in Liberia is so difficult because we are all connected. And speak directly to the international community. You are up there, no matter why it is, your family, you yourself and your family will never ever go to bed hungry. You will never. Your ministers, they will never, ever, ever. majority of people that are working for government, and there are people that are also working in the government, they are struggling. Yeah, they're working as a civil servant, but they are struggling a lot. Then the other people that are all working together as well, you know, in the same civil servant employed by us, the other people are enjoying life, and I don't know, it's not fair. It's not. The very people who taught you yesterday, you went to school and they stood in the classroom, they taught you, you know, you became what you are today. And today you're forgetting about them. They are still teaching. But you're forgetting about them, and you're forgetting that they're even working for Liberia. That all of you are working for us. That all of you are, you know, are depending on taxpayers' money. But you get all of the benefits. Your salary is on time. Every other, you know, allowances is coming to you. But then the teachers are left out. The nurses, doctors are left out. You know, those people that make sure that your office is kept clean. That those people that, you know, that make sure that indeed our streets are kept a little bit clean. We don't have time for them. We pay less attention to them. This is not fair. We can't continue to run the country like this. We need a robust economic reform in Liberia. And to start off with it, the president will have to retract his statement. Yeah, this thing about fighting corruption in Liberia is difficult because we are related. No. Let me be frank with you. I'll repeat it again. That statement didn't go down well with the international community, especially those that economically we are supposed to be so close with them, including the IMF, the World Bank. The little you have, if you can't take care of it, nobody be brave to give you more. Let's go down a little bit to a common understanding. The bank do give out loans, but you can't just go to the bank and ask for loans and they just give it to you right away. No way. They'll have to investigate. They'll have to know how you're going to pay this money. What are you doing? Are you working? Do you have a monthly salary or so? You know, a thing. Do you have something tangible that the loans they are giving you, that at the end of the day, if you default, then, you know, they can take it to court, but then the court can lead to confiscating stuff from you that will go towards paying the debt. That's how it goes. So the same old thing. If we say we decided to print money to ensure that, you know, we try to rebalance our economy, but then such money is in the country and the international community, including the IMF, they know that the money arrived, but then later the same people will be told that the money vanished just from the various ports to the central bank where the money is supposed to go in the vault, and the money vanished. When these people hear the kind of news, they're not going to be happy with you. You're not going to stand in front of IMF tomorrow again and ask them, say, okay, we want money for road developments. You go to the World Bank and say, can you help us with, you know, $1 million? We want to, you know, go into vocational training also. I want to build vocational training institutions. They're not going to listen to you. What guarantee do they have that little loan they're going to give you, maybe with minimal interest, that you will pay back, that you will manage it well? It's the management. The management. Imagine I'm your son. But you started entrusting me and said, well, you know, you reached the age now that I don't have to go to your school to go pay school fees for you. I don't have to go with you to go, you know, to ensure that you register and start your school. I will give you the money, you yourself will do everything. Imagine you giving me the money to go and register, to start school, and then, you know, I eat the money. How would you feel? As my father, how would you feel anyway? First of all, you're going to be angry with me. And then next thing, you know, you will start losing trust in me as far as managing money is concerned. It's just a common logic. That's it. So it's the same way with the international community as well. If we don't manage what we have, if we don't manage it properly, for somebody to be impressed and say, wow, they don't have much, but what they have, they're really managing it and they're really putting it into use. We can see that, you know, even the general public, the citizens are really, you know, enjoying it. When you put your nation in that context, honestly, people will trust you. Good morning, Augustus. People will trust you and they will give you what you want with less monitoring aspect. But the way we are now, this state we are in right now, as far as this $16 billion is concerned, and all the other aspects that are actually supposed to put a question mark on us as a nation that can mismanage. We are on a red line. We're in the red. This does not, such as what is happening in our land as far as corruption and dealing with corruption is concerned. We are not anywhere in the green area. We're not even somewhere in the amber area. We're in the red area. So, Mr. President, my appeal before I come to the end of this early morning greeting to you, I appeal to you, first of all, this morning, Mr. President, we are convinced that the money is missing. Okay? We know that it is missing. But what we want, Mr. President, is a speedy trial or investigation into this money aspect. Speedy one. Because this is not something that actually, I don't know, requires international, you know, investigation where you have to involve multiple or so. No. No. It's straightforward. As far as I know, this one is just straightforward thing, because you place an order, that's it, that paper. You write a memo and say, oh, we're placing an order to print X amount of money, okay? And then how much is it, you put it there. Who is printing it, that's there. You know, how long will it take, that will be there. When will they arrive? When did they arrive? You know, all of these things like that paperwork, they're all on the paper. So at the end of the day, I don't think the investigative thing, you know, is supposed to take, should even take up to 2 months to, you know, to tell the Liberian people as to, you know, what actually happened and how it happened. We know what happened, but how it happened is what we want to know now. Why did it happen? So the longer the team would take to investigate the matter, the more we're going to be in danger with the international community. The more we are losing trust. Yes, the more we are losing trust. And to lose trust is dangerous. Somebody lose trust or lost trust in you, forget it. So another thing, Mr. President, and let me reiterate my call, is to advise your ministers. They are not advocates. They are not activists. Let them get out of this money issue. Whether it is the information minister or assistant minister for public affairs or so, let them leave this investigation in the hands of the team. I am sure the team itself do have a communication individual. Somebody is supposed to be responsible for press releases. Somebody that's supposed to be responsible to passing on information from the board to the public. These guys, the ministers, most of them, they have spoken, and in fact, it caused the whole government facing this kind of a shameful calamity right now. So we want you by this time, this trip, come out also and tell us, reiterate what you said the last. But I think you said it last time at the initial stage before you left for the UNGA. You said the investigation will go on and somebody will be punished, whosoever. When you came back now, you used to you talk about the drawa bide thing, which for me up to now I don't even know what it means or so. Okay, but you yourself, you know, Mr. President, that the money is missing. So just come back again and tell us and tell the international community that upon the report, when you receive the report, when the government receives the report regarding this missing $16 billion, that your government will take actions that people will be surprised. Immediate arrest. When then we do the speeded trial now, because right now is the investigation that's going on is just to by the team, is just to ascertain the facts, right, and to know whether what happened, why it happened, you know, and who are involved. And once that is established, then the next thing, what happened? Passing over to the Justice Ministry, isn't it? And then they can just arrest them for monetania. Arrest them immediately, and then, you know, send them over to the proper authority for investigation. That one now they're in the hands of the law, where they can hire their lawyers, and government will have for lawyers as well. So just come out and tell that this is how it's going to be done, and you promise us that you will keep monitoring this case to the letter, Mr. President. And this time around, somebody found guilty, send the signal out to the international community, and send the signal out to the Liberians, and tell them that, look, my government, even though I said yesterday that fighting corruption is difficult in Liberia because we are all related, I made a statement out of frustration, and, you know, I regretted making that statement. But we are going to deal with corruption robustly. Boom. That individual found guilty. What next? What happened? They should go to prison. Their properties should be confiscated. They should be evaluated if they can't pay the money. Because definitely at the end of the day, we're going to ask them to pay our money back. Elizabeth, good morning, how are you? We're going to ask them to pay our money back anyway. We're ever going to be involved in this money issue. They are not going to get away with it like in the past. They steal our money. Government would know that, yeah, this person stole, but at the end of the day, we let them go. They go and they establish, they build their empire, and they're in different countries, they're running businesses or so. We know. But this time around, it shouldn't be like that. Catch them. Not only punishing them by putting them in prison also, but properties. We should seize any property they have. Auction there and get the money. Mr. President, you try this with 1 or 2, 3 people in Liberia. The international community will begin to trust you, to respect you, and on the ground itself, we will be afraid. People will be afraid to venture into corruption. And all we need to do now is, after the economy is stabilized, make sure people get what they're supposed to get as pay or benefits or so when they're working, and it should be on time or so. Once we have such in place, obviously we're heading for a good, very, very good virtues in terms of us revaluing ourselves as people of Liberia. That we can say, oh yeah, our children in the next 5 years, 10 years or so, that our children will have a future. They will have hope. They will begin to see hope, and then begin to have dreams as well. All we need to do is ensuring that the dreams come to reality. But for me, Mr. President, I will restate it. And your government officials, those that are against us talking about this money, I am still standing with it. I will keep calling for this money. I wake up in the morning, it is on my mind. This whole day, this money issue is on my mind. I'm going to bed, it's on my mind. And I will keep asking, Mr. President, we want our money back. Please speak for us. Please speak for us. This money will tint the image of Liberia for a long, long time if we don't get the actuality. If we don't get to the bottom of this money will tint the image of Liberia for many, many years to come. Today, even in international media, people are laughing at us. Oh, Liberia, from the port to the central bank, $16 billion got missing. There you go. Comedians, international comedians are even using it now as a joke. They're laughing at us. Is this, people are asking, is this a country? Do they love the country? So these things are happening, Mr. President. For some of us, it's not going down well with us. We might not be in a position that we can actually help to change, or maybe to make certain contribution to the extent that we can affect the change the way we want to. We can only call upon you. The check and balance that we are doing is not for our own interest. It's for the interest of Liberia. We want this nation to prosper. We want this nation to move forward. We are talking, all of the activists, majority of the activists are advocating not for themselves. Imagine, I don't even reside in Liberia. I shouldn't be doing what I'm doing because I'm comfortable. I'm comfortable to where I am. But what's up with the children of Liberia? What's up with the girls? A girl that is at the age of 13 now, that she will tell you that she's not even in school. That's a woman. In 3 years' time, she's a woman. And you're telling me that a 13 years old is not in school right now as a girl. What hope do they have? What hope? You interact with children even across the world, but in Liberia, say you go to the village and you put some children together and you ask them for their dreams. What do you want to be in the future when you grow up, or so? Some of them come up with big dreams. I want to be an engineer. I want to be a pilot. Or when I grow, if I go to school, they use a conditional phrase anyway. If I go to school, I finish school, I want to become a medical doctor. Yes, I remember during the campaign, I went to Bumi County, and one of those so-called presidential debates. And after the debates, went to the city center and started talking to kids. They just came from school. I was just lucky at the time, right in the middle of Tonnenberg, and we started talking. And I remember asking them questions, and a lot of questions anyway. But one of the questions I asked them was, when you finish high school, or what you want to be like in the future? And the dreams I heard from the children expressing, they can't do it if we don't give them support right now. I mean, these are children that were, some of them just in first grade, some of them in kindergarten, and they were telling me, I want to be a doctor. Me, I want to be a teacher. Me, I want to be president. Or me, I want to represent my people. I mean, nobody put those words in them for that particular moment when I was speaking to them. But how would those dreams come true when we don't secure the future for them? How would they realize those dreams, those wonderful, wonderful dreams, if we don't pave the way for them? And I was talking to them how, talking to them how to be a good citizen. So telling them about cheating and stealing and, respecting one another also. Big kiss that day. My next visit again, I will go back there. Maybe I'll come across some of them and ask them whether they remember me or so, and we talk. So, Mr. President and your ministers, well, for we the activists, we are not just talking. Maybe this is the way we are contributing to moving Liberia forward. It's happening everywhere. Checking and balancing the government of the day, whether it's the opposition, whether it's the civil society groups or so. We got to do it. Somebody have to do it. We all can't say everything. No, apparently everything won't be super anyway. Even right here, why I say to the United Kingdom, to be honest with you, I mean, in as much as nobody, government ensuring that nobody should go to bed hungry, that nobody should sleep outside because they are not working, or because of economic problem or so. No. But yet instead there are problems here, and yet instead you see people every day protesting in front of number 10 Downing Street or in front of the House of Parliament. Every day, every night, every moment, people are protesting for different reasons also. And so it's our duty to get out there to ask those questions that maybe many people really want to ask, but the opportunity is not there. The opportunity is not there. So we are asking those questions on their behalf. Stop getting mad at us. We are not mad. We are not a bunch of mad people. We are people that love this nation and want to see this nation moving in the rightful direction. I want to see it moving in the rightful direction. For every time I go to Liberia, I go way down to the bottom and interact with those that normally receive the hate high. Traffic too much today, all over. Let me kind of appeal to those of you that are in a vanguard of actually advocating for social justice. Do not relent. Let's continue. Whatever you are saying today, there will be somebody who will benefit from what you say, and maybe that could even coach you tomorrow. She said it, or he said it. But probably somebody in the government or authority can also listen by the idea and say, well, I think Max is saying something tangible that we can borrow from him. We are all part of this government. I just want to let other people know about it. This isn't a political party any longer. It is the government of the people, by the people, and for the people. And so each and every Liberian have the right to have a say in reshifting the direction of this nation. I have the right, and the rest of us have the right to check and balance this government. If all of us shout or keep our mouth shut and things are not going the right way, those that are suffering, their punishment will come on us. I want to say thank you so much for listening. Thanks for those of you that have been commenting as well. I'm driving, I'm unable to read and back. I appreciate hopefully later on, if I get back on the radio, I'll go back and read some of them. But please do not give up. Let's continue to advocate. Sometimes others will come to ask questions only because they want to make you weak. They want to make you weak. They want to keep you silent. That's why they are asking you those questions. So do not mind them. Continue to do what you believe in. You believe in advocating for people, for social justice. Continue to do it. Thank you so much. I'll be on later on live once I get on the radio. My holiday is over, so I'm fresh. I have refreshed myself, so a whole lot of stuff will be coming from this week, today, from this afternoon. We are back again till when we shall be taking our Christmas season's break. On that note, I say God bless you. May God bless the continent of Africa, and above all else, may God bless Liberia.
I'm looking for that shorty with the baddest shocky. When everybody they shocky, I be used to they look for Johnny. But if you get this for body, if I was gonna get it shocky, baby please don't stop it. I wanna see you.
Thank you for the appreciation. And let me say bonjour to you. Comment ça va? Vous allez bien? Oh yeah, Tanya later, definitely. Kicking it down. I'll be kicking the show with an interview with a promising young lady who is standing out and wants to actually contest, represent Liberia in a beauty pageant here in the UK, where African countries are all represented. So we'll be having her on the show later to really appreciate her and ask her everything about the contest and how prepared she is as well. All of my products, once I'm on live on the radio and live on Facebook, all of my products normally they strictly sent to my YouTube page. So even if I'm gone tomorrow, they will still be useful, and maybe there will be some others will be using it tomorrow as teaching materials or so. So if you want any of my program, if you want to go, maybe because some people have been coming back, oh, the video last time on Facebook we can't see it again. Go to YouTube and just type in Max Kpakio, Max MAX, and then the Kpakio is spelled as K-P-A-K-I-O. Okay, that K for kilo, P for Papa, A for Alpha, K for kilo, I for India, and O for Oscar. So when you type in Max Kpakio or Kpakio, we call it in Kisi, let's say in the Liberian way, Kpakio, Max Kpakio. If you type that on YouTube, you'll see all of my products I've been doing, whether it was election time or so. So anytime you don't see a video like this video I'm doing now, if you don't see it in the next 2-3 days on Facebook, you know, it'll be sent to my channel on YouTube. Hey, my own young lady, promising young lady. Good morning to you, Josephine. So once again, let me say good morning to you, Your Excellency, George Weah, President of the Republic of Liberia. Oh, I'm coming from discussing, or all we discuss is not that I hate you, Mr. President, or I don't like your administration. I just want the right thing to be done so that our children, especially our children, can have a future. Hey, Antrik, you came later. So let me say good morning to my my uncle, His Excellency Joseph Yumabuakai. Good morning, JMB. How are you? I hope you enjoy your break there. T-Ball, good morning to you. Sabuaka as well, good morning. Joe Buaka Jr., good morning to you. Thank you so much, Josephine and my holiday is over, so I'm going home now. Started my journey since 4 o'clock this morning. I'm happy now, just almost home, man. Next month is coming, another big match is coming in Liberia. Emmanuel Sabes will be leading that in the city of Monrovia.
You're in the mix with DJ Room.
Thank you. Almost home, Josephine. After 4 hours drive, I'm over home. So my holiday is over. I'll be back on air this afternoon. A couple of weeks from now, I'll be in Monrovia, Liberia. Our country, we can't keep away for long.
Tanzania to Lagos, I go make you famous. Even if they make us, oh you go help us. Tanzania to Lagos, make you Lagos. Oh you go Lagos. Sweetie, number one. Number one.
So all of my materials when I'm broadcasting as well on Facebook Live. If I mention your name also, your name will stay there forever, because once I put it on YouTube is here forever. One generation will come, you mean it, you leave it there. So when I mention your name, whenever you go on YouTube, you find my materials there. Hey, go! I want Liberia to be number one, or number one in West Africa. Just stop the plenty talking, government official, and do our work. Somebody need to get off this Facebook. Get off this Facebook and do the do our work. Those are supposed to be informing are those that are in the villages, and they don't even have Facebook there. So whatever you come here to talk about on Facebook, honestly, to be honest with you, it's not benefiting those people. Yeah, it's not. You gotta leave Facebook. Go in the town, in the villages and things, and you know, if you're promoting the government, go there and do the promotion there. Those are the people. Those are the people that actually said yesterday. Those are the people you always mention when you say masses. Not me. Show me how you do. How can we give you a job to do? And I mean, for you now, you whole day you're on Facebook. How the wrong government on Facebook? If you want to, at least go to Twitter. Yeah, go to Twitter and be like Donald Trump. At least you can get treat also. Oh, they come in to sit down there for 2 hours and you're talking blah 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 blah. The people that you're supposed to be talking to are not the people that are hearing you say. Let's be frank. The people in the villages, in those towns and things.
You're in the mix with DJ Ruby.
Hey, how's up to you, DJ? Man, what's up, man? Ruben Cooper, DJ Rube.
They want to run my race. They want to make me crazy. They want to run me down.
This is one DJ you don't want to fuck with.
I am a winner.
Seriously, so you're not for God now, you know. You're not for God. There's 16 billion that I don't think we'll see the head though. Hey, God help us to get our 16 billion back. Oh, we beg you, God. Papa God, we beg you.
We go dey jolly, yeah. Every day we go dey jolly, every day we go dey jolly, every day we go dey jolly, yeah. Asante bae, ila kweli na yaona, dunia kama ila taratibu ntazoea, yaga, sichoki na koma.
So let me go to Foya district and say, yeah, your money, oh my people, my family people, all the way there in Foya district. And let me say good morning to the rest of the county, Lofa County. We need to have a big retreat this year in Foya district. Honestly, we need to have a big retreat.
If you know the God in you, I know you there, I like you. One day, man, you. Every day, we go to jolly. Every day, we go to jolly. Every day, we go to jolly. We go to jolly. Every day, we go to jolly.
Come on, at least when you come there, you're saying something sensible. But you're seeing yellow, then you're telling the people say the thing is red. Ah, man. Yeah. We're begging you, man. You leave the social media. I mean, the people you're supposed to inform, the people who voted, who went and stood in the sun, the rain, and everything. Those that even printed, you know, they went and bought their Dungafle T-shirt, and they went to the printing shop and paid their own money to print T-shirts for, and put your picture there and they wore it. Those are the people you're supposed to be addressing. You know, and this they are not on social media, they are not on Facebook. So I mean, all of these things, you're wasting your time. Let's be honest. A message will resonate. It will go down when you speak to those people directly. Hey Monica, good morning. How are you? South Africa is represented.
Let the world come and taste this
good continent though, but the corruption too much. I'm happy to be part of the continent. That's what they got saying. So once again, let me say good morning to all of you, my valuable people. Follow. Always follow my shows and things. I respect you guys, so a lot. I love you all. Without you, I won't be here, isn't it? Okay, now I can say good morning, Swansea. I am back. Hey, let me say good morning to you, our most valuable analyst, or our show's most valuable analyst, Mr. Fidel Sitibudi. Good morning to you, sir. It's not raining today, but the traffic is so. All right, I will soon be leaving you guys, and hopefully this afternoon, after the next couple of hours, I will be with you live. We are back on air today, Boss Media Radio. I'm going to be live on Facebook. We might be live today as well on YouTube while the broadcast is going on. So very soon I'll be taking leave of you. Thank you, all of you that made a contribution this morning on the show, this particular ride show this morning. I thank you so much as usual as well. Some of you are so regular.
Leave me high, hanging on for love, hang over, hang over. Oh, 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 yeah.
All right, thank you so much. Goodbye. I'll catch you up later. Traffic is heavy this morning.